For years about ongoing development in Huntersville, the good, the bad, and the back and forth, and sometimes the ugly of it too. But that growth is having an impact on some other town residents. The bee population that is actually in Huntersville. Queen City News Northeast Bureau Chief Sydney Heiberger is live in downtown Huntersville. Sydney, you spoke with a local beekeeper who had noticed an effect there, and this is really kind of a big deal.
Yeah, Derek, bees are incredibly important, and the issue isn't just happening in Huntersville. It's happening in areas that are developing all over the country, all over the world, really. Research group Bee Informed tracks bee colonies. They said North Carolina lost 47% of its bee colonies from 2020 to 2021 for various reasons, but among them, bee starvation.
The bug infestation in Pete Athens' backyard.
You always want to give a little bit of smoke in there to let the bees know you're coming.
Is intentional.
And if you look close right here, you'll see larvae.
He keeps hundreds of thousands of bees and harvests their honey to sell.
They always say if you want to make $1 million off bees, borrow $2 million, then you'll have $1 million.
It's not an easy job.
The best part is when people tell you you have the best honey.
And he says it's getting harder by the year.
Big industries, honey producers, they'll have 2,000 or 3,000 hives and they'll lose 10, 15, 20% some years.
It's an issue he's experiencing firsthand in Huntersville. Developers bulldozing trees, taking the food source away from the bees.
It's a scary thing. I mean, if you know, without bees, there's no pollination or nothing, then it's going to affect the food.
But Pete says fighting developers.
For them to be cost effective, they go in there with the bulldozers and they just knock everything down.
Is a losing battle.
There's nothing really I think we can do about it. You know, we have been fighting it, but you don't get money talks with the developers in the town.
So as Huntersville looks to redevelop its downtown corridor in the coming years, all he asks is this.
Well, leave some trees. Don't take all the trees and stuff away, you know. I mean, we don't want nothing but concrete and buildings. I mean, it's not a healthy environment for the animals or for us, really.
Pete has 35 bee colonies in his backyard, but he says over the past 2 years, he has seen honey production decline. He says in order for the bees to survive through the winter, they need up to 80 to 90 pounds of honey reserves. And the more trees that get knocked down, the harder it is for them to do that. I'm live in Huntersville. Sydney Heiberger, Queen City News.